Te Pāti Māori President John Tamihere went on AM claiming an elderly Pākehā man had entered the home of 21-year-old candidate Hana-Rāwhiti Maipi-Clarke.
He walks straight up to the door, enters. He then says, because he gets sprung by an occupant, because one of the whānau was there to look after the property. And that person said to him, you know, what the F are you doing here? Get the F out.
Basically, it was an uninvited entry into Hana's house.
Basically, someone came into my house. They were uninvited. They're not allowed there. It's not a public space. They were openly supporting other parties, obviously not Te Pāti Māori. And my house isn't a public space. No one's house is a public space. That's our safe ground. A lot of this kōrero we're leaving for our President John Tamihere to handle because it's actually quite draining on my mental health.
Police are making inquiries after a report of a burglary at a Huntly home. This comes after Te Pāti Māori candidate Hana-Rāwhiti Maipi-Clarke said in a debate that people ram-raided her home and came into her house and threatened her. Te Pāti Māori said this was the third incident Maipi-Clarke had experienced and they were working with police. Despite this, Maipi-Clarke told the hui she was not scared.
And this is my message to the people who ram-raided my house, who came into my house and threatened me, to the people who came and vandalised my fence. Don't be scared, because the kohanga reo generation are here and we have a huge movement and a huge wave of us coming through. I am not scared and I am not fearful. I am here to be a courage and here to be a light and a maramatanga for us that we belong in these places. Kia ora.
This young candidate has been got at for political reasons. It's really up for the Human Rights Commission to determine racial profiling and the like. No candidate advancing in a free democracy, their political rights entitlements should ever be subjected to this. This is one of the first times in our political history that we've seen this. When somebody's home's invaded, not once but twice, burgled first, and secondly an uninvited person comes onto the property and into the house, if the police aren't willing to apply the law, we'll have to go to civil proceedings. Now, the problem we've got with that is that now our people are going to have to defend themselves. The police are starting to say, well, vigilantism is good. It is not. It is up to the police to be fair on this and to sort it out. Now, what I'm going to tell you is a fact. If he was a Māori, he would have been charged for being unlawfully on private property.
And now, the truth. The home of Māori Party candidate Hana-Rāwhiti Maipi-Clarke was not the target of any racially motivated attacks, according to the police. David Seymour, leader of the New Zealand ACT Party, said, "Police reports show that Te Pāti Māori has played fast and loose with the truth in their characterisation of an alleged home invasion. The police have confirmed there was no home invasion, there was no raid, and there was no racial motivation. They should apologise to all the genuine victims of serious crimes for making misleading criminal claims so they can play the victim. First, there was zero evidence to their claims that race baiting from political rivals caused the incident. Now it has been confirmed the incident itself was not a ram raid or a home invasion at all. They have misled the people of New Zealand so they can smear their political rivals on the election campaign. This is politics at its lowest ebb." Thank you, David Seymour. Geraint, on behalf of WhangareiTim.